Changes to Purdue. He's fouled on the drive.
That's a good foul, though. If you're Donaldson, you just saw him miss 2 free throws. You don't want to give him a dunk or a layup, so you want him to earn him at the free throw line. So I think you're going to see any time that Pat Riley can buy some minutes with Donaldson against Will Purdue, he'll try to do that to keep Ewing fresh against Cartwright.
0 for 3 from the line. Purdue has played well in the playoffs. Played well against the Knicks last year. He had 16 points against Miami. Bulls are only 2 of 7 from the free throw line.
Well, you see, Will Purdue played exceptionally well in Game 1 against Miami. I'm sure Kevin Locke remembers that. I think he had like 16 points.
And 10 rebounds. Greg Anthony for Starks. 10 to shoot for the Knicks.
Bulls are scrambling. Somebody's going to get an open shot.
Purdue stole that rebound. The pass is stolen by Anthony.
Oh, he took a 3. It's going to go in, but he should never have taken that shot. They should have held it. That's one of those no. Okay.
Knicks on a 9-0 run with 5 seconds to go in the quarter.
And he'll make this 3.
25-16, the Knicks, and a few early boos. So the expectation level in Chicago. We'll be back in a moment. Knicks lead at 25-16. We're ready to start the second quarter. Michael Jordan with only 4 points. And here are some significant statistics.
Well, I think we talked about the season series. This is the 4-game season series. Interestingly, the first quarter, the Knicks have scored about 25 a game. The Bulls 31 tonight, 25-16, so down 15 in the free throws. 8 out of 11 for New York, only 2 for 8 for Chicago.
This is the lowest first quarter point total of the season for Chicago. Purdue, this is the shot again.
So you see Michael Jordan back on the floor, though, to stabilize that second unit. With no Michael, no Scotty, that team could not score.
Livingston punches it out with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Scott Williams in for Will Purdue. Williams, the second-year center out of North Carolina. Only 5 seconds to shoot. Jordan runs down the rebound.
See, New York has done a very good job of not allowing Michael and Scotty to finish shots. Starks pulls up and hits the quick jumper, but they're getting so far in the lane, and then they're running into people, and they're having to force out the outside jump shooters. Right now, John Paxson's the only guy who's made the outside jump shots.
New York on an 11-0 run, and the Bulls have not scored in 4+ minutes. Not scored at all.
John Starks didn't finish that shot. He had it. He was thinking about getting back before he let it go.
Jordan to Livingston. Back to Jordan. And he's fouled by Starks. Vandeweghe and Ewing into the game for McDaniel and Donaldson for the Knicks. Pippen also back in. Here comes Cartwright.
That's a good call. Scottie Pippen's back in because Phil Jackson wants him working against Kiki Vandeweghe. So let's see if the Chicago tries to exploit the Pippen-Vandeweghe matchup right now, allow Scotty some freedom, maybe some screen rolls to try to take the ball to the basket against Vandeweghe.
Starks with a foul on Jordan.
See, in the Detroit series, all those fouls like that were not being called. Guys were really wrestling with each other and all. You're seeing quick fouls being made right now. Now, whether that's Michael Jordan or not, I don't know. But a lot of that contact did not go in the Detroit series. John Starks very upset as he picked up the foul.
Heard Kevin Lockery say something interesting in the studio from his Miami series with Chicago. Said they let him bang underneath, but called him tight out on the perimeter.
I think that's a good call. Underneath, you're going to get all the kind of contact you want.
Michael wanted a foul on that jump shot. He's now 3 for 6 and has only 6 points.
See what happens out front. Everybody sees it. All 19,000 are watching the basketball out here. So all this contact you're going to see underneath, all the wrestling and pushing and shoving is a little more isolated.
8 seconds to shoot.
See now, Ewing was mixed up on that double team and found the open man very easily. Chicago's going to force New York to make that shot to beat him. Wilkins hit too early. Starks has hit a couple, but I don't think for 48 minutes that shot will beat Chicago.
Knicks by 9. 9:45 to go, second quarter. People in Chicago are already talking about Chicago going 4-0 against New York. All of a sudden, they have their backs to the wall early. Chicago ball.
Well, they're a little sluggish right now. Chicago is a confident, cocky team right now. They're the world champion. They've sort of breezed through the league all season. They breezed through the first round of the playoffs, and right now they're being a little challenged, and they're going to have to crank it up a little bit.
Scott Williams gets the loose ball foul.
You saw that coming.
Loose ball foul, Chicago.
He's going to get a delay of game here. You better get the ball to the official. Here's the replay. Now watch Scott Williams, 42. Right there's the push in the back against Mason. I think Patrick Ewing's got to get in the offense here. He really has not touched the ball much. They need to go to him, let him get the shot against Cartwright.
Ewing's only 1 for 5.
He's got good position if they'll throw him the ball.
Big drive. Big miss by Greg Anthony. Pippen on the run.
He can take the ball past Vandeweghe. If they'll clear that area, Scotty wants to work, so they want to get him out of there so he can take it to the basket.
In to shoot, Cartwright. Now 6, 5. Lost the dribble. Ewing comes away with a turnover.
See, right now that New York is getting him into a half-court game. It's exactly what they want. I don't remember one breakaway layup for Chicago.
Exactly the one chance they had. The Knicks got back, and Jordan missed the jumper. Ewing 1 for 6 now. Scott Williams with the rebound. Here's a 2-on-2. It's stolen. But then out of bounds goes Greg Anthony.
Great speed by Greg Anthony. He did what you're supposed to do. A guy's in front of you, run in behind him. And if you can catch him, try to deflect that ball away. Look at this. Now, Scottie Pippen's first couple years in the league, he had a bad back and he had a very high dribble. That dribble is down now. It's very much tougher for you to try to get that ball from behind on him now.
Pippen is 1 for 4. And Chicago has scored 2 points in the last 7 minutes.
Well, the one thing that sustains them, they're an excellent defensive team, so it's only a 9-point game, so it's 4 possessions that they're still in it. Had New York been able to score, they could be up about 17, 18 points right now.
Vandeweghe from long range, rebound Jordan.
Vandeweghe's in for one reason, to shoot the ball.
Jordan has 4 rebounds early. Foul away from the ball, and it's on Greg Anthony.
See, Scottie Pippen, the last couple shots, I don't know if you've watched it, but he's pulled the string on his shot. That is not the sign of a confident shot right now. He's trying to guide the ball in the basket rather than shoot it. What Scottie wants to do is get out on the open floor, get a couple easy ones, and then that jumper starts going much easier for him. So watch him on his follow-through. He's pulling the string on it a little bit.
Jordan 3 for 7, Pippen only 1 for 4. Bullet pass into Pippen. He's fouled on the shooting arm, and we'll go to the free throw line. And these are 2 guys who've been supplying 69 points a game for Chicago in the playoffs. 45 for Jordan.
Well, they're so explosive. I mean, we see tonight what Pippen and Jordan are shooting 4 for 11, but they're such an explosive duo because they play off each other so very well. Eye contact. When one of them's got the ball, the other one's running down the floor. They throw ahead very well to each other. They can both post, finish. So this is the best 1-2 punch in the NBA, and I'd venture to say they're the best 2 defensive players at the 2 and 3 positions in the NBA also.
They average nearly 5 steals a game here in the playoffs. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. Pippen knocks them both down.
Got to go back to Patrick Ewing. He's got to get a couple touches against Cartwright. Even if he doesn't get the shot, he'll get a shot for an open player. You got to let him get the basketball in his hands.
When do we see the Bulls go to some full court pressure? Perkins to Ewing over Cartwright. Good call, Doug. And rebound Mason.
See what happens, though, you get a second shot opportunity because they got a double team. They space the floor on the penetration. That's what Mason will do. He'll give you the second shot and the finish. Oakley struggles finishing because he doesn't